So thank you very much for the survey today. If I get a chance, I'm going to update and edit this video, but in a much shorter form with a focus on a single issue and anything that might be affecting it and some additional information. But here is the unedited version, and in the email there are all the recommendations and actions. I've used AI to do it, just makes it quicker and also more accurate. Less is dropped through, and I quickly read through it to check that it all makes sense. But I will double check before sending the final version. Note, I do the data loggers when I send off the final version. So thank you very much, and have a listen. So before we look in, we're noticing that it's been damp-proofed twice. The row there and there, which indicates that there probably is another problem, because we're on a hill, so it's not going to be rising down for sure. And damp-proofing is against rising down, not anything else. This part is draft, and you'll get this, but it's useful because then you can tell me the background and everything. Okay. So you're saying a number of people have had a look at the damp issue?
Yes, their opinion, yes.
And no one's concluded, or no one has got to the bottom of it?
Yeah. We don't know where that is coming from. That seems to be a bit of a mystery.
So what I can see is you've got brown staining, and it's very much a triangular shape. I think I saw pictures of the outside as well, the pointing. I'll have a look at that. But it's very triangular. It suggests that there's a point of entry down there in that area.
Yeah.
And because it's brown stained, it suggests that water is passing through building material, either brick or timber. And you've got the boiler here, over here actually. So one of the considerations is whether you've got a leak on the boiler, which is actually going to be difficult to get to the bottom of.
Yeah.
Do you know whether you've been here 80 years? You said. Do you know you've got low pressure on the boiler? Do you have to top up the boiler from time to time? No.
No, do you?
Well, no, but if a boiler needs topping up, it's because it's losing water, or because there's a problem with the boiler itself. But
my son usually does it.
Your son will top it up with him from time to time. Okay. So that is something we need to consider, whether there's a leak on the boiler. We need to consider whether there's a leak on the washing machine, and then I'll look out the back and in the cellar, and we'll start there.
Yeah. So
we've had 3 types of damp proofing treatment. So these of the Dutch type, none of these work anyway, but this one is then more recent. And I saw to the front that you had another type. Oh yes. So, and then there's this one here. And you've also had a French drain, and obviously nothing has worked.
No. I wasn't very happy about that. It's just been done. Not a very good job, is it, do you think?
Well, it's not that whether it's a good job or bad job.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. You're on a hill, so you wouldn't have.
Well,
it's against rising damp. You don't have rising damp.
So this is the area in the back where
right. Okay, interesting. So this is actually not subject to a leak, but you're getting heat loss there, and so that's the cellar. And then this is the chimney breast here somewhere, is it?
I believe it is here. Up there, on the arch. No, this way, where the arch is.
This is where the damp issue is here. Some more, what's called vertical damp proofing. So here is the chimney there. So, and yet the property's there. So You're right. It must go up. See if I can do it. It must go up there and across and up there to there. So that's not, the chimney isn't relevant to this issue. To have the drain running down here. Yeah, we'll have to have a look at that. That drain there, that could have an effect. Also here. Okay.
So they must have that open because apparently it was damp down there.
Okay, but that's some
Yeah,
form of
that
drain
open,
cover.
so-
May I go outside while I'm here? Okay. The video will be accompanied by an email report, so it will all be in the email.
Yeah. Okay.
With recommendations, with what I found with recommendations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What's
What's the so far?
What do I think so far?
Yeah.
I think
we've
you've
had
got.
about 15 people look at it, and no one knows what it is.
I think you've got a leak.
Oh, you do.
Yeah, I think if I were to guess, but I've only just started.
Yeah.
I would say the boiler's got to be one potential source.
Okay.
And your mother was saying that you do top it up from time to time.
Top up what?
The boiler.
So the pressure's low.
Oh.
The pressure. So the pressure's low on this, but so which it should be about 1.5 bar.
Mm-hmm.
But do you need to top it up? Do you top it up from time to time?
Never.
Never.
My brother might do that.
Okay.
He
So
does that sort of stuff.
So there's something called an expansion valve in it, and so a leak isn't the only cause for pressure drop, and anyway you can get over time. Any heating system will have slight loss on radiators and so on that won't have a direct effect on it. But just looking at this,
That would make sense, wouldn't it? It's weird, but yeah.
It's very triangular.
Mm-hmm.
It's very centered over there.
Mm-hmm.
There's brown staining,
Mm-hmm.
and that when you've got brown staining, it suggests that water's passing through building material.
Okay.
It certainly isn't rising damp, and I see you have had a lot of rising damp treatment, but you don't get rising damp in London. You don't get rising damp comes from the rise of groundwater.
Mm-hmm.
You've been treated at least twice, if not 3 times, in the property, and that actually makes it worse rather than better.
Ah, okay.
But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look in the cellar. I also wouldn't mind going underneath the timber on this just to see whether there's dampness
Yeah.
under there. The other suspicion is obviously the tap and washing machine, whether you've got a leak there.
Okay.
This is a suspended timber floor,
Yeah.
so typically if you do have a leak there, they'll go down into the cellar rather than show up there. But that doesn't mean that they can't do it. There may be something like, there may be water running underneath the this kitchen unit. So just flip it. You see, it's quite a lot worse than there.
What the?
Can you see? Oh no, I apologise.
It's dry,
it's
isn't
it's not. No, it's not. But it looks like it's been replastered.
It had, Mum. You know when they Roger's lads?
Yeah.
They replastered it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just been replastered.
So this is a new kitchen unit, is it?
This kitchen, right? Okay. So this kitchen was last year November. The old kitchen was taken out, and the walls were plastered. You can see they're all nearly done, can't you?
Up to this level.
But I think all the way up, and the ceiling.
But I'm
the ceiling, Mum. Yeah.
Do you know whether they damp proofed them?
No, they didn't. Definitely not.
Okay. So it's just replastering.
Yeah.
Okay, mystery. Well, we'll investigate further.
Yeah, I'm assuming we should be. So.
Yeah, it's good because your extractor fan doesn't go out for the kitchen for the ventilation.
Sorry, Simon. How do I put this back?
Oh, let's leave it for now because I
Yeah.
just
Okay.
I just want to yeah, have a look more. So it's quite damp in here. It looks like it's got less ventilation than you would expect. And we can see in.
Hole out on the alleyway that I think Hamish has taken it off to give some more ventilation.
Oh, I saw that. That was an old coal hole, was it? Yeah. Oh, so this is the original stairs. I mean, you're probably not getting as much ventilation as you should have. So there's something happening there. That is that's the chimney breast, and this is where it's down. Let's have a better look. I recommend you have data loggers in the kitchen. One in the kitchen, one outside, just so we can get some data from that about internal vapour levels.
Okay.
Because one of the causes of that type of dampness can actually be condensation, because it can look like a leak, and if you've got a cold pipe running.
So what we've done, Simon, is we've had a chimney sweep out here.
Yeah.
Because my brother's a surveyor.
Yeah.
And he's had a look at it, and he said, right, first thing to do is get the chimney swept.
Yeah.
Which the guy's coming, I think, in about 10 days' time, and he thinks that he's not sure.
Yeah.
The chimney sweep doesn't think that's the reason.
The chimney.
Yeah,
I doubt it as well.
It could be, he said, but he said it's unlikely.
Well, the chimney actually is not vertically above anyway, because it's offset onto your neighbour's property.
Yeah.
So if damp was coming down, it would hit brick and then be absorbed somewhere a long way.
Oh, because my brother thought that if it's blocked, the moisture might be retained.
Do you know when the dampness started? How long ago?
Mm-hmm.
It's been there for ages, isn't it?
Oh, years.
Years.
Since you've been here 8 years, I
But
think
I
you
only
said.
noticed it about 20 years ago when one of my sons was decorating.
In 2020?
No, 20 years ago.
20 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
So this has all come to light when the new kitchen got put in.
Yeah.
Because she sort of ignored it and...
Yeah, as we all do.
Yeah.
But so it looked as it does now before the new kitchen went in, did it?
Yes, it's been there a long time.
And it was like that with the old...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And did you have any rot there? Was there any timber rotting there?
Well, when they done the kitchen, yeah, the floorboards were all rotted.
The floorboards had rotted?
Yeah, the
Okay.
new floorboards now.
Okay. Right.
But it was like that about 20 years ago when the other son, he was decorating, and there was wallpapers there, and he pulled it off, and that was all soaking wet.
20 years ago,
Yeah.
it was soaking wet.
Yeah.
What about when you bought them? When did you buy it?
That was 35 years ago.
Okay. And was it was okay then, presumably, was it?
Well, we don't know. And it was
Didn't
only-
show it up in the...
No, it was covered up.
Yeah, I can't remember now.
I mean, was it a right to buy, or did you buy it?
No, it was just a private sale.
Was it you guys that bought it then, or you said that it was your son that
Another
owned?
son, yeah.
No, I bought it
Oh, you bought
35 years ago.
it for your mother, or as a investment?
My
or-
mum's always lived here, yeah.
Okay.
But has it been? I don't know. to be
But
honest.
my question is, what did it show up in the survey when you bought it?
25 years ago.
Yeah.
Don't have the survey.
But you might. Well, I suppose you wouldn't necessarily.
I don't think
remember
it did.
I think you would be.
It probably said something like, "There's a damp course, and yeah, you might want to check whether it's okay or not."
It probably didn't look bad at that stage. Otherwise, you'd remember, I'm sure.
To be fair, the place wasn't in great shape when we bought it.
Okay.
So we just sort of redecked it,
Okay.
and Mum moved in.
Okay.
So
you might not.
it didn't get much TLC until you know, just over the years we just you know
updated it. Yeah.
So was it damp when she first moved in? Don't know for sure.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, that's useful. It doesn't necessarily change anything. That's useful. I'm going to go back down and have a better look. I won't be filming it because I want to try and get close to it.
Okay.
So,
okay. Thank you, Dave.
Oh, actually, I might get something on my. Yeah, I know. So what we can see is there is a source of water down there. There's corrosion on that pipe, which suggests that's where the leak is. I'll go back outside and have another look, but it's quite clear that there's a leak of some description. And I would say it's over in the corner there. There also appears to be a source of water here. I'll just check it. It could be old, so I'll need to get my damp meter. So I understand a vent has been opened up, but I just don't think there's enough ventilation in here. You need 2 vents so that you get through ventilation. I think that's been opened up, which is great. There's a lot of things being thrown down here and left, but it's humid, and I mean, a simple thing you could do is put a dehumidifier in. But I guess that's means that somebody has to come and take out the water. Well, property in different guises. So this is definitely where the leak source is around there, and the drain is just here.
Where's that water coming from now?
Well, your mother's not running anything upstairs?
No.
Anything?
Upstairs, no. We're only on. It could be someone up top.
Well, that's the only other option, is it?
Shall I get to run the tap?
Washing machine or something? Yeah, if she runs the tap, good idea.
Oh
Okay.
no, only just now.
Yeah.
Only just now.
Well, that doesn't come out there anyway, does it?
No.
But whatever it was has stopped, so it's not like it's an ongoing source.
It's going away anyway. Yeah.
So
fine.
that's. Oh no, there. That,
Yeah, that was us, must be.
it's quite a delay, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's soapy water. Is your mother using soapy water?
Was that soapy water that just came out, Mum? Was that soapy water?
Could have been.
Do it again.
Soapy now.
Yeah, there's a bit of soap in there.
Yeah.
Put a bit of a fairy liquid in there, a little bit.
Yeah. So that must be your mum's water there. So it must have, maybe she unplugged
Right,
it.
turn that off, Mum. Mum? Yeah.
Anyway, the point of it is that these are almost certainly Victorian drains,
Yeah.
and there is a good chance that they've moved over time. You know, so 120 years old probably.
Mhm.
When was the property built?
I'd say.
1900s.
Well, I checked the lease the other week, and it said it was 1854, but I don't think it was.
Okay, it seems. If
Seems
I were
too
to
early.
guess from looking at the structure, I would say 1900, 1905, something like that. Edwardian, early Edwardian. Just
Oh.
because of but I mean, it's going to be of that period.
Yeah, yeah,
anyway.
it's
The
definitely
point being, it's very old,
Yeah.
and you know, I mean, that may have been updated recently because it doesn't look quite Victorian, but it's
hasn't
still
been updated in the last 35 years.
yeah.
And I don't think the people that owned it before
would have
had
done.
updated anything.
No, not that you would necessarily need to update drainage too often, but I just think you've got a crack in the drains, and I think you need to have a CCTV drain survey with somebody that is capable of mending it. So they would have a sleeve function. It's relatively easy to do and not particularly expensive.
Yeah.
But so that's one, and I'm going to investigate this a little bit. But this would also need to be part of a CCTV drain survey. I wonder if it goes into that. Can I just run this and just see whether it goes in? When you look in under there, there's down. So if we look at from the inside, so the chimney breast is probably going to be somewhere in this.
Yeah, where you are.
Roughly here. And in this corner here, from about there through to the corner is damp. You can see it's damp in there compared to the rest of the walls, which don't look.
Where did you sit from down below?
Looking in the cellar down below.
Ah, okay.
It's damp from there across to there, and there's a pipe that runs roughly in line with this, but obviously nothing to do with this. Where you got corrosion on it. The next door pipe is not corroded. This one is corroded. It suggests that it's closer to where the source of the dampness is, and this then lines up with where the drainage is. This is uncovered, so we're not going to get rainwater penetrating down from there. If you look on the outside, I mean, it doesn't look pretty. I would prefer to see a plinth all the way up to here, but even so, it wouldn't account for the dampness over on the chimney breast. You could get localized dampness caused by water running down and not being able to escape there. The pointing doesn't look great, but it's very rarely the cause of internal dampness. And I saw pictures. I think it was this property. Looking at the pointing here, I know maybe it was another property. I see so many pictures that sometimes I don't. But anyway, the point being that I did see some effervescence on salts on the pointing for one property, but that's not going to be the issue. So that 99% that potential for your neighbour's side. And I might knock on the door. Are they empty now?
Mum,
Yeah.
are your neighbours in normally?
What,
Just putting it on film that the source of water could be coming from your neighbours. I doubt it. And if it were coming from your neighbours, it would be ideal to look in the subfloor, or it would be ideal to look at the equivalent side of their property. But obviously there's a gap between the walls, so it's not like anything showing on their side of the wall would affect your side of the wall. But they could have a leak in their subfloor, in their cellar, and that could transfer through to your side. But I doubt it, and it would have to be a really substantial leak to
They've
cause...
just had a massive refurb, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like literally, they had, and the guy was quite good, wasn't he? So that the whole place has been gutted.
Yeah.
So I would imagine.
A new drainage, similar to that one, but.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So-
I would think they haven't got a leak, but we can definitely go and have a look.
So two additional things to say to that is, one, that you get residual damp. So if there was a leak, they could have fixed it, and you could still see dampness on your side for maybe a year or so. It takes time for water to move away, to be taken away. The other thing is you've got very little subfloor ventilation. I think the way that the property was divided to make flats out of, they rearranged the footprint and perhaps reduced the amount of ventilation. I know Hamish has opened up that coal hole to the side, but that's not going to provide sufficient ventilation. And I think as a simple short-term measure, what you should do is you should communally buy a dehumidifier and put it in the cellar, and have a drain, have one with a drain, and have it set up quite high, and just with the draining out. So obviously the end of the drain has to be below.
Hamish did put a humidifier in the basement. Is it still there?
There is a contraption in the basement that could be a dehumidifier. I thought it looked more like.
I've never been down there, but I think.
But it's not It's not running. It's not working.
So we have a dehumidifier in the basement.
Yeah.
You say it needs to be raised.
Yeah, because obviously the drain, it needs to drain out. So save somebody going in there every day to take the water out.
Oh.
You have a drain on it, and you would. This is a short-term thing, because I also appreciate that you have to have the electrical lead into the cellar. But I imagine you could do that from outside. You could do it through the coal hole, maybe. So long as the end of the pipe is below the beginning of the pipe, it will drain out. Well, you don't want to go uphill too much, but the point being, if it's sitting high and it can go up and then down.
Sorry, because I'm really not that technical. So a dehumidifier, with a pipe coming out of it with the water that's been collected.
Yes.
Because the one we've got there has got a container on the back, so you're saying a different.
I know, but it just means that somebody has to go in there every day.
Yeah,
to
so
collect it.
you can buy them with a pipe or a connection.
But more or less all of them come with
and then,
drainage facility.
Okay, and then you put the pipe out through the coal hole.
Yes.
And just let it
dribble away
onto the patio there.
Yeah, you're not going to get much.
Yeah, okay.
And a fan as well. In addition to that, a fan in the cellar, because it's very damp in the cellar. And as I say, I think you've got two sources of water. You're on a hill, so you're not really going to get much in the way of, you don't have a risk of an underground stream. Everyone has what's called percolating water from rainwater that percolates into the cellar. But so long as you've got good ventilation, that's not a problem. That's the way these properties were built. But the moment there's very little ventilation in the cellar, so it is humid. It's very damp. You can see on the ground. I don't think that's the cause of your dampness. I think the cause of your dampness is a leak, and I would say 99% likely that leak is coming from a crack in the drain.
Wow, 99% likely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When my other son went 25 years ago, when we saw all that damp and all that, and he said to me, it's coming from round the back, and he said, this is his theory, and he said there could be a leaked pipe.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
it's the same thing.
Is that what you,
Yeah. So
Well, that's
it-
exactly
But you said Thames Water's had a look at it. It'd be shared, by the way.
What's the drain?
I'm guessing it's shared with your neighbours,
Yeah,
so it would be their responsibility.
as well as ours. Yeah.
No. I'm saying Thames Water, because if it's by law, if it's within your curtilage, and no one else goes into the drain, uses the drain, as in if it's for the whole building. I'm not saying individual flats, but if it was just you guys, then it would be your responsibility. If the neighbour from the left hand side, if some of their drainage comes into it, so I didn't actually double check, but I would imagine it'd be strange if it didn't. Then it would be shared, and then it would be Thames Water's responsibility. Does that make sense?
No, because would it not be whoever's? If it's there, if it's there, why does it go from individual responsibility to Thames Water responsibility?
Because it's not just this building that's using that drain. I don't know if this is 100% true, because I haven't seen whether their drain goes into there. But if it's more than one property that uses the drain, then Thames Water takes the responsibility, or the local water authority takes the responsibility. It was a law that was passed, like 50, 60 years ago, something like that. I think probably when they deregulated it. Or
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
But so you can get them to take that responsibility.
Yeah.
I'll check when I go back out to see whether there is signs of your neighbours using it. If it's just yourselves, then as in the building, then it would be your responsibility.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to look in the bathroom now. I'm going to add this to film that a lot of leak-like dampness is actually caused by condensation, and sometimes it works in tandem, and you don't have ventilation in the kitchen, and I'm guessing this bathroom ventilation doesn't work well. Doesn't sound very healthy. I'm going to test it. And there's definitely dampness around the bathroom. So I'm guessing and also do you keep the door open or closed when you...
It's normally open, yeah.
So ideally you should keep it closed because you want the vapour to go out. Because vapour moves through diffusion like smoke. If somebody was smoking in the bathroom with the door open, even if the vent was going, you'd soon smell the smoke coming out. Whereas if the door's closed and the vent's on, you wouldn't. So you want to keep the bathroom door closed, particularly as it's an internal bathroom. I'm not seeing dampness elsewhere, so it's possible that it's just incidental rather than a contributory factor.
So you need to change the vent.
I would do
And a
a quieter vent as well,
yeah,
maybe.
and a vent in the kitchen.
Sorry?
Vent in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So we need to change the extractor then. That's
Yeah. Well, actually, all you need to do is to have it ducted out. So it's at the moment it's. You can normally get it's just coming out of here, but you can. So this type, if you look inside, there should be a little switch, and it should allow you to have vapour that comes out here or through there, and then it should duct out through. This is just plasterboard, isn't it? But I mean, ideally, it should duct outside. But I would say don't fret about it. I would use data to determine whether you absolutely need it or not. A lot of people will spend lots of money putting in extractor fans, but never use them because they're noisy. If you use a dehumidifier, you want to have a 20 litre one though. That's quite a small one. Yeah, this is like a 10 litre or something, 12 litre. Okay. 20 litre dehumidifier, and have it running like 24/7 if you've got high humidity. I'll show you something. So the internal humidity is actually, it's 52% at 18.7. So that's probably a dew point of about 9, which is fine.
Is that the room or the walls?
Internal vapour. So this just shows heat loss, and it obviously, it pretty much lines up with where the damp area is. Having said that, it's all across the bottom, but it doesn't really show a huge amount. It's just quite interesting to see the heat loss. I'll show you this. These are called data loggers, and they're just small round things. I'd encourage you to get some of these. They don't cost very much. I would let you have this, but it's the only one I've got, and they cost you can get 3 for about £20 or something like that. And
can I take a picture of that so I can?
Yeah.
Maybe
you get them on Amazon. I think Araya or something is. I mean, they've got lots of different brand names. They clearly come from China. But
okay. And how do they work?
So they're just logging. They're constantly monitoring the relative humidity and the internal temperature, and from that, I've created this AI website where you can just upload the data, and then it compares it to the outside temperature. And what you want to do is make sure the internal dew point. Dew point is a measure of the amount of vapour in air. It's also the temperature where condensation takes place at. You want to just make sure the internal dew point is below the outside temperature at all times. If not, you've got inadequate ventilation, and you can have damp issues caused by that. But I don't think that is your cause in this instance.
Internal dew point needs to be lower than outside.
Yes, below it. So if it goes above it, it means that you've got a risk of condensation.
Okay.
I've got this on film, so it will come out. The overrun is only a few minutes as well. It should be half an hour, ideally. I'll test it outside. I'm outside, and even though the sound is coming from here, there's no air, so the fan isn't working at all. That's what it should look like. Called an anemometer. I use it on the outside, and I just put it up like that, and you can see there's no airflow at all. You can get cheaper ones that are easy to. I mean, this costs like £500. You can get it for about £20. They're not as big, but you know. What you don't want to do is have somebody replace the fan and find that actually it's the ducting's the issue rather than necessarily the fan.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that that's all checked.
So that goes up and then across.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I mean, I have to say that is my assumption, but I can't think of anything else that would duct out there. So I can't see any other places where the ducting comes. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure that is your.
So that's an electrician job, isn't it?
It's an electrician job.
Put your fan in and test it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure it's tested, because that's the bit no one ever does.
I've got the same in my place as well. Got an extractor that doesn't extract. I've got I had a new bathroom put in, and because my neighbour came over one day, he just put a bit of toilet paper up to the.
That's a good way of doing it. Yeah.
And it just fell to the floor. So
Yeah. Nothing.
as you say, half of these they just put them in and
They don't check. Oh, the number of times. Actually, actually not on this road, but nearby. A new build property, or not, newly refurbished, probably spent, I'd say, getting on for $1 million on refurbishing. You know, it was really high-end refurbishment, and they were getting dampness everywhere, and it was because they had no ducting out from the bathroom. They had a lovely, beautiful new bathroom extractor fan and no ducting.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
because no one ever checks it.
It's literally, I'm lost for words. Like the guys that did mine, they were completely useless. But okay, so
just to say, your neighbour's side doesn't appear to be coming through here, but I could be wrong. Hopefully it joins them. Actually, easy to have a look. Oh yeah, they've got the same one over there. Ah, so they go into the same pipe, so it would be Tom Walker's responsibility. Don't forget, I see green up there, suggesting that the gutter is blocked. It's not going to cause your internal damp down here, but it's not good. So I think you've got a block on that drain up there. I can't see signs of it overflowing, so it may be just a minor thing. So the other thing is that you have got water in the trap, which is great. It means that it's unlikely to be cracked underneath, but you could still have a crack in this element of the drain, so you should have that checked, CCTV at the same time. You could temporarily redirect the drain water, but I get it tested if it were my place. Centre of the dampness is roughly there, which lines up with where the drain is outside.
Yeah.
That's where the shared element of the drain is, which would be Thames Water's responsibility. So I'll go in order of alternative causes, but that's probably 50%. I think I overstated it when I said 99%, but 50%, and that would be a crack in the underground drain and or potentially even the neighbour's side. But I think that's less likely, but you can look in the neighbour's side. I wasn't able to see it. The other ones is you got the boiler, and just ask your brother if he's having to top it up, because there is possible leak in the boiler. I think that's less likely. I think your brother would know. And
when you say top it out, repressurise it.
Repressurise it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've got a leak, obviously you're going to have to re-top up the water. The heating system is a closed loop, so if there's a drip, you have to then top it up. But that is obviously the same location, but I think it would be so obvious to your brother and so obvious to when you took the kitchen out that it's there, because it would be, you get a lot of mould in that area.
Yeah, I don't think it's that then.
And so I don't think that that's right. And then likewise with the kitchen and the sink and the...
Yeah, again, that was all taken out, and these builders, I mean, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it would be very much more obvious that you've got mould and dampness in that area. So we can probably exclude that. There's obviously some damp issues coming from your bathroom.
Is that separate?
That's separate,
Right,
and
okay.
it could cause that, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
It can, so water can obviously moves
Yeah.
just through gravity, but it also moves through vapour, and you can get water in one zone that then causes through condensation dampness in another zone, but it's pretty unlikely that it would have these symptoms. So that's why the drain is the most likely cause.
Yeah.
There are two pipes there, one of which is corroded, and it is possible that you've got a leak on that pipe. I think, because I can see that they've changed the timber floor, I think it would be obvious to the person when they were doing the flooring that there was a leak on the pipe. You know, you can see leaks.
You're talking about the boiler now?
So there are two pipes just in that corner there.
Yeah.
That could be the water going to the boiler rather than water coming, because the water for the boiler is also doing the hot water as well as just having the cold going through there. So it's possible that there's a leak between on that pipe somewhere, but I think that would be obvious to the people, you know. Your timbers have been replaced. Was that recently or?
Did they replace the floor?
Yes.
Yeah, recently, in the last 12 months.
In the last,
Yeah.
but all of this, the underfloor, the suspended timber floor has been replaced
Yes.
because there was rot.
Yeah.
And I think if it was a water leak, it would be really obvious and clear to the people at the time. I'll see if I can test it, but it's hard to do it in a flat because you're not the only person using the water. But I'll go and have a look outside now. So, testing for a water leak is best done by using the water meter, but you don't have one, so I can't do that. You know, ideally you should have a water meter there, but I can't test for a mains water leak. But I don't think that your dampness is caused by that. You don't have a water meter. You've got a stopcock outside, but no water meter.
There's a water meter here.
No, but if you've got a leak on the mains water, the easiest way of telling, you can actually tell that way, can't you? Can I have a look at it?
Yeah, it was literally put in the other day. There.
Okay, and that's a meter itself.
Yeah.
Right, it's going to. So what you can do, but it will take some time to do it. But I'll explain. So this is a very insensitive meter. So it's probably I'm guessing that the units are a litre, and if you've got a drip that's only running.
Yeah.
But what you can do is you can turn the water off at the mains, and turn it off here, and then probably give it like, I don't know, 8 hours or so, you know, when everyone's away, so they're not using it upstairs, and then turn it on at the mains again and just see whether there's a drop in, if there's a use going through on here. I think I need to think it through my explanation better, actually.
Because I'm not very good at this sort of stuff, so you're telling me stuff and I'm sort of...
Yeah.
I don't even know where the water main is out there or what it does.
Oh, it's on the street, but it's just I've taken a film of it so you can see it.
But Simon, what's the relevance of that?
if you've got a leak on the mains water, then and if there's a leak down there, then that could be the source. But my gut feeling is that it isn't, because the leak would drip, and it would be much closer to where that leak was. Whereas because of the underground drain, it's further away from the wall, and therefore, I don't know if I'm explaining it, but you know, if say you got a drip here, your dampness is going to be much more localized to there, and there is no water source on that wall. As far let's just double check. But underneath it, there are two water pipes there, but they're not particularly there. And I just think it would just be much more localized to there, and you know, you'd have mold and so on here.
Yeah.
So I doubt it. I still think it's pointing much more at the drainage, the drain. Theory of the speed that water dries out at is roughly 25 millimeters per month. So that's, you know, about an inch per month. So a typical wall is 9 inches, 225 millimeters. So that's 9 months to dry out. Now that's an approximation. If there are things that slow that down, including coating, so you know, the fact that it's been damp proofed will slow it down. But also because you've got residual damp in the subfloor, that will slow it down. By the way, I'm not convinced this is a dehumidifier, but it could be.
We'll get one anyway, I don't know.
It's quite an old type if it is. It does say dehumidifier on it. I would get one and place it up there, and I'd have it draining up and out. And I think so long as the end of the pipe, I have it held up, obviously horizontal and in the normal setting standard.
Yeah.
And have a fan just to speed up the drying out process. But that's just to get rid of all this residual moisture. And I would think about having some improvement to the ventilation. So you can get what's called an inline fan and ducting, and just sort of recirculating air in the subfloor.
So improve the ventilation in the cellar.
Yeah. You're missing the front section of ventilation. All that I can see is the vent there, which before now was closed in itself. And the back seems to be blocked up. That looks relatively new brickwork. These stairs are obviously redundant, but I'm just going to test to see if there's water. It's damp, but it's not as damp as it looks. Even though that looks very damp, it's actually dry. So this may be just residual, or it could be from condensation in the bathroom, so seasonal. Yeah, see. Okay. So it's on the damp side, but it's not as damp as it looks. You were just asking me what causes the dampness in the cellar. I think it's from the drain outside.
Oh wow. Okay.
But, well, all cellars have to cope with a certain amount of percolating water coming through from rainwater through the soil. They're designed to have ventilation, and your vents have been blocked up. So the front vent isn't open. You should have through ventilation, and you don't. So you could get just simple dampness from that. But if you're talking specifically over where the dampness is over there, because you can see it's clear zone of dampness underneath there, I think that's from the drain. Okay. There is dampness around the bathroom, but it looks worse than it is, which suggests to me that it's probably either a leak that's been resolved or condensation that's forming in the bathroom because of the poor ventilation.
Okay.
And therefore it's seasonal.
Okay.
There is a risk of rot where you've already had rot, so you know about that.
Yeah.
And woodworm and wood weevil. I didn't see any woodworm. Wood weevil's a type of woodworm, but you get it with cellar rot. So this, I believe, is caused by the drain
Yes.
on the outside.
Yeah.
The drain needs to be fixed. You will get residual damp from the cellar, and the fact that the cellar's wet and has no ventilation is an additional factor that needs to be dealt with as well. And it certainly wouldn't be as damp here if the cellar was dry.
Okay.
Even if you had a leak in the drain outside, it wouldn't show up as badly as this if there wasn't high humidity in the cellar from poor ventilation. So they need to be done in tandem.
Okay, understood. Yeah, perfect.